Welcome to the Indianapolis Arrows franchise. We are here for the ALCS Finale in season number 4. The Arrows are down 3-2 as we return back to Indianapolis to hopefully win 2 straight and go to our first ever World Series. Now, so far in this series, the offense has really shown up in victories. We lost the first 2 games at home, 2-6 and 5-6. Then we won 2 on the road, 3-1, then 7-3, and then game 5 was a 7-1 victory in Seattle's favor. Before that, all of the road teams won throughout this series. So to start this game, we will start Todd Workman, who has been awesome. I thought about Jose Urquidy, who's been really dominant so far, but Workman has been just as dominant. We will also make a change in the outfield. Jack Sawinski will start in the place of Pat Washington. I will move Sawinski over to left and Ojo Taikan to center. And this is how the lineup will kind of look. Remember, Seth Beer is starting at first base in the place of Paulo Reyes as Reyes recovers from an injury he suffered back in game number 1. And he's been missing in the lineup for sure. But here we go. Can we get it done and force a game 7 here at home as we put Todd Workman onto the mound? Through 2 starts, he's been excellent. We'll see if he can get through this tough Seattle lineup today. JP Crawford leads off the game here. Chopper to second base, and the first out of the game will be by way of Ian Happ. The top of the order here for the Mariners is very, very dangerous. That brings up Jacob Melton to the plate. Ground ball to short. And that one will be an easy 1-2 so far. And it brings up Julio Rodriguez, who has been ice cold in this series so far. And that continues. Chopper to short. And Cam Collier over to get it. And it's an out 1-2-3. So a good start to this game here for the defense as we will face George Kirby for his 5th start. Here in the postseason, he has pitched quite often. Maybe not a lot of innings, though, only 22. So here is Ian Happ leading off the game as he flies out to Jacob Melton in left field for the first out for the offense. Joey Meneses has been kind of cool a little bit in this series, but we'll see if he can warm up in this one, but that's just a fly ball. That one was out of the zone. He went up and got it. Alex Verdugo, who got his bat going last episode, he hits one hard up the middle. That one's knocked down by James Triantos, but a close play at first. And Verdugo legs that one out for the first hit of the game. Here is Salvador Perez now. He goes to opposite field, and it's run down by Julio Rodriguez in right center field. And it's not a 1-2-3 inning, but we go down in order right after the Mariners went down 1-2-3. So here we go. Here is Jared Walsh at the plate. Ground ball to short, and look at the play by Ray Gonzalez, the kid. He is excellent defensively. He shows off the leather right there as it brings up Teoscar Hernandez with 2 outs. Fly ball to center. Nothing doing so far for the Mariners offense. So here is the kid at the plate. After you make a good play in the field, you know you got to go to the plate and get a hit. And he does just that. And he goes to opposite field, waits back on that curveball, and it's a base hit. And now we have a man on first base with 2 outs. But will it mean anything? But it brings up Cam Collier, who's one of the hottest hitters in this lineup. He hits one hard to left field, but right at Melton. He runs it down. And nothing doing here through the first 2 innings. Todd Workman still pitching well, facing JP Crawford now as he walked to batter. That one's going to be a ground ball to Seth Beer, who steps on the bag. Top 4 now is Jacob Melton back at the plate again. He hits one hard to short. Look at the play by Ray. A hard throw. Oh! And the ump calls Melton safe. Take a look at this throw. It looked like it got there just as Melton got there. Look at the heel. The heel is on the ground, but the toe is not on the bag, but he's called safe anyway. The very next pitch, though, Melton's on the move, and he gets gunned down by Reyes behind the plate, but Perez behind the plate. As this at-bat continues, Julio Rodriguez, hard ground ball to third. Look at Cam Collier. Nice play getting the Seattle superstar right there. as that brings up O'Neal Cruz with 2 outs. Fly ball to left, and the defense has flashed, and Workman is dealing so far. Nothing doing here for this Seattle offense. That brings up Verdugo in the bottom of the 4th inning, who turns on one. And the first extra base hit of the game will come by way of Alex Verdugo. He's 2 for 2 today, and a good start here to the bottom of the 4th. And you have the guys you want coming up here, 4, 5, 6 right after him. Salvador Perez to the plate now. He has one on the outside half, and he hits a chopper back to the pitcher for the first out. You never see that from Perez. He's usually hitting the ball to the outfield somewhere. Seth Beer comes up as well. He tries to turn on that one, but he's just a bit behind. He swings and misses. That brings up Ojo Taikan, who waits back and hits this one hard to left field, but right at Melton. It was a hard line shot, but right to the glove of Jacob Melton, and we're scoreless through 4 innings. On to the bottom of the 5th inning. That's going to bring up Cam Collier to the plate with 1 out, and he does bloop one into left field for a 1-out single. So that brings up the bottom of the lineup here, and the top of the lineup is right around the corner. That brings up Jack Sawinski, who hits one hard up the middle. Another one right at the outfielder. That's right at Julio Rodriguez in center. That brings up Ian Happ with 2 outs. He's 0 for 2 today. He waits back on that curveball and goes up the box. It's going to be a single here with 2 outs. We'll see if it amounts to anything as it brings up Joey Meneses. He's due. He is due. The 98th pitch of this game. Hit hard up the middle. And look at the jump that Julio Rodriguez had off of the bat. And it's snagged, and it's still scoreless through 5. Top 6 now. J.P. Crawford to the plate. Ground ball to second. Ian Happ, good throw over to first for the easy out. So it brings up Jacob Melton with 2 outs. And Todd Workman continues to deal in this one as Verdugo runs it down. And it is 0-0 going into the 7th inning. Julio Rodriguez back at the plate. He's just whiffing at that pitch. And Workman is just absolutely cruising on the mound as it brings up O'Neal Cruz. He hits one to third base, and with 99 speed, he easily beats that one out. Why did Cam Collier jump throw on that one? That one kind of had me scratching my head. Jared Walsh at the plate now, 1 for 2, and he hits a high fly ball. He gets under this one by a mile, and that one will be a routine fly ball to center as it brings up Teoscar Hernandez, who hits one hard to right field, but right at Verdugo. Another inning done, no runs across the board. That means that Seattle goes to their bullpen late in this game. They've seen enough from Kirby. He's pitched excellently as well. And they bring in Archie Lopez. He faces Ray Gonzalez and freezes him at the plate on that slider. As it brings up Cam Collier here with 2 outs, a 3-2 pitch over the middle of the plate. Good timing, but just under it is Cam Collier. And another inning with no runs here for the Indianapolis offense. As now we move on to the top of the 8th inning. Workman, 114 pitches on the way, and that is ball 4. That one could have went either way, but we have to go to the bullpen in this situation. We bring in Carl Edwards, who has been excellent so far in the playoffs. 8 strikeouts, 0 walks. Look at the average for both righties and lefties, hitting below 140. And we'll see what he can do right here as James Triantos comes to the plate now. He hits one to the right side, and that one gets through. And now the Mariners have men on first and second here, no outs. That brings up Tyler Whitaker, who lays one down. This one's to Cam Collier, who makes the tough throw to second, actually. They try to turn 2, but it's not in time to get Whitaker. It's a fielder's choice, but now runners on the corners. J.P. Crawford, he swings and misses at the circle changeup. Wow, that pitch was filthy. As now that brings up Jacob Melton to the plate. This is the guy you would want besides Julio Rodriguez at the plate. And we walk Melton right into a bases-loaded situation with Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate. This is kind of what superstars are made of. What can you do in these tough moments, these clutch moments? As Carl Edwards deals 2-2 pitch. That one's high. 3-2 count here. Bases loaded. 2 outs, top of the 8th inning. The pitch is on. It's hit well on the right field line. It's fair. All the way to the wall. Verdugo fields it. 3 runs will come across. Julio's all the way to third. And the Mariners will strike first here in the 8th inning. Now, Perez wanted that one up and outside. And instead, Edwards left it straight over the middle of the plate. Julio Rodriguez goes with it. And it's 3-0. As that brings up O'Neal Cruz. Swing and miss. But now we are down by 3. On to the top of the 9th inning now. It looks like Seattle still got their bats with them. Teoscar Hernandez leads off this inning with a 1-out single. And we go to our bullpen and immediately bring in Archie Bradley. We just need 2 outs here. That brings up Cal Raleigh to the plate. He hits one to third base. Knocked down by Cam, and he cannot get the runner at first. So now there's runners on first and second with 1 out. James Triantos to the plate, and he swings and misses at the knuckle curve. And now with 2 outs, that brings up Tyler Whitaker. We need to get this out here. Hard ground ball up the middle. It's knocked down by Ian Happ. Safe all around. And now it's bases loaded once again with 2 outs for the second straight inning. And that brings up J.P. Crawford, who was 0 for 4. He gets an inside knuckle curve, and Crawford hits one to left field. It's down. It's a bloop double here for Crawford, and it looks like another run's going to come across to try to score, but not going to happen. It's 5-0 now for the Mariners as we move on to the bottom of the 9th inning. They bring in Matt Brash, a guy that's been lit up here in the playoffs. Are they being a little cocky here, putting Matt Brash on the mound? He faces Perez. Hard ground ball to middle. This one snagged by Triantos. It's an out at first base. What a play by James Triantos. And after that play, the Arrows start to lose a little hope. That brings up Seth Beer, who gets a hanger over the middle of the plate. But it's just a high fly ball to center. We are 1 out away from the end of our season, as that brings up Ojo Taikan. 0 for 3 today. He hits one up the middle. He at least keeps this game going here with 2 outs, but we need a miracle here. And now that brings in Chris Flexen on the mound here. I think the Mariners just want 1 out. And that brings up our future here at the plate, Ray Gonzalez. 2-1 pitch. He's early. Ground ball to short. And this game is over. The Arrows put together a clinic of a season. 91 wins. And it's not enough here in the ALCS. We run out of time. The Mariners defeat us here at home 5-0. It was a pitcher's duel all the way to that 8th inning, and all of a sudden, you know, we just started walking a couple of guys, and then Julio Rodriguez did superstar things. Hit a triple when it mattered most. He was not a factor at all offensively in this series altogether. He was great defensively, but offensively, he wasn't a factor. But I guess you can impact the game more than one way. We ended up just collapsing from there. What a crazy season, though. I mean, this was quite the journey to get to this point, and I did not think that we would do it here in Season 4. I thought it was going to be more like Season 5, but we definitely surprised a lot of teams. And now the Mariners move on to the World Series. They will face the St. Louis Cardinals, who defeated the LA Dodgers in 7 games. But we did have a really good season to look back on. Salvador Perez, we signed him to a 2-year contract in the offseason. He ends up winning a Silver Slugger at catcher, so he will get a slight boost to his ratings. I think I'm going to do +2 for awards. I will do +5 for MVPs, and then +2 for all of the rest of the awards. So he will get a boost to his offensive ratings. It won't count towards his defensive ratings. And then we had delivery man of the year in Archie Bradley. So he's going to hit free agency. I'm very curious on what he's going to demand after being an award winner. I wonder if that is baked into, the code in the game where if a player wins an award, they demand a lot more money. We'll have to see. Some more free agents that we have this offseason. Jordan Montgomery, 79 overall. He is declining. And back when I signed him after season 1 in the offseason, I thought I was going to get an ace that would kind of dominate. And he has been just okay. Like, he's been a good number 1, not a great number 1. I think that alone, I think that expectation that we had for him definitely set him up to kind of underperform. And that's kind of what he did. But for $15 million, I'm not sure if I will re-sign him. That's the complete opposite for somebody like Ian Happ, though, who hit 302 in season 1 with the Arrows, 273 and then 269, but the OPS has always been at least 820. Like, he has been a very good hitter throughout this entire series, and I think I'm going to try to re-sign him because he can also play a lot of positions, and he's just getting better. He's going up in overall. Instead, Jordan Montgomery's going down, so that's the big difference between these two, and these were our first 2 free agent signings of the entire series at that. So I'm pretty sure I'm going after Happ. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to try to re-sign Jordan Montgomery. Carl Edwards is going to be a free agent as well. We signed him to a 1-year contract. I won't base going after him off of that one at-bat we just saw from Julio Rodriguez. I think he overall had a pretty good season. 87 innings pitched, which is his career high. And he pitched probably his best ball. Like, he had a 118 whip across double the innings that he's ever pitched. I think that warrants itself to be like a really good season. We are going to have some money coming off the books. Jalen Beeks is a kind of a medium-sized contract, so we will have some flexibility to go out and sign somebody to some money, whether it's a bigger free agent or maybe trading for a guy that has a bigger contract. Who knows? Genesis Cabrera we traded for at the deadline also. He was a 1-year rental. $2.7 million will come off our book for him too as well. So I'm not sure if I will re-sign him. Like, when I used him in the game, he was not impressive to me. I know he's a good pitcher, but when I used him, he was not good. And Samuel's good, but besides that, he wasn't. And then there are some other guys I'm looking forward to also coming back. Seth Beer, I'm definitely going to be trying to re-sign him. He is just a pretty much a depth player at this point. We signed him at season 1's off season, and he started for 1 year and didn't really get his spot back after that, but I love him for depth purposes. Some other guys to be excited for in the future. Jackie Cochran was our first round draft pick last season. Now, he has 1 full year under his belt in the minors. He's a good hitter. I believe he led Double-A in home runs this year. He's a good player. I'm not sure if he'll be up next year at the start of the season, but I imagine at some point he's probably going to be up there. J. Almonte, also another good hitter in our organization. He actually won Minor Leaguer of the Year from us last season. He won't win it again because players in real life don't win it twice in a row. There's only been like 2 players in history who have done it. So he might win Offensive Player of the Year. Who knows? And then the young kid, our number 1 overall pick back in season number 2, Terrell Blake. I believe he's going to be ready for the show next season. We'll have to see how he does in spring training, but getting another season under his belt definitely helped his ratings out quite a bit. He's at 75 overall, so we'll have to see how the offseason and free agency goes. So that will be the conclusion of our season here in season 4. I'm excited to get into next season to see how this team does. It's going to be an accelerated format during the regular season, and we'll see if our team can really come out and get back to this point. I mean, I definitely think we overachieved. I did not expect to make the ALCS. I want to get back here next year, and we'll see if Seattle is there as well. So hit subscribe, hit that like button. Hope you guys enjoyed this season. We'll be back for the offseason soon. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go. I like getting money. I got time to get it. Target on me, so my car's a tinny. Dancing with the devil, I don't bargain with it. Bobbing in the dash, and the stick is with it. And I hit the 4-5 on the west side. But I'm from the east side. This how we slide. This how we ride. Yeah, this how we ride.